What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What happened to Kanye? Bro, I actually don't know what happened to Kanye. Is he, sick in the mind? What the hell is this? What?
Kanye West has 99 problems and sanity is all of them. Honestly, I don't even know what we're doing here. This feels like a worse idea than Fire Festival 2, but Kanye West,
Damn.
in a move to continue to just cement his image and reputation, has decided to proving when you have Kanye West wearing this. Because yet again,
bro, what the
it's
fuck
like we
happened?
continue to miss the biggest critique, the biggest issue that Kendrick took.
Bro, what happened?
We really are on the worst timeline. Like, look at academics mirroring Kanye West's stance. Like, this is just a normal, everyday occurrence. I normally hang out with Klan members, and it is, there we go. Here's our next meeting. Grandmaster Dragon West. Well, he makes fantastic cookies in the morning and a cup of coffee I always enjoy before we debate on who we're lynching next.
What is the real thing with you and Drake? Like, I've always been confused. It feels like, I can't tell if it's a love-hate thing.
Yo.
You know,
Hold on.
I've watched hundreds of hours of...
I'm sorry. I better go over this side. Oh, you can see it down there, yeah. A bit more, makes sense, right?
You talking about just interviews, and at a point, it felt like the energy shifted, and then we just started seeing it everywhere. And I can't tell, what is it?
Yeah, it's like family members that you don't fuck with. Like, I appreciate, one thing is Drake is a million times better than Kendrick and a million times more important. You know what I'm saying? What Future has done, Thug, what Drake just...
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where the fuck did that come from? Drake is a million times better than Kendrick and a million times more important. Huh? And starts talking about Future and all that, huh?
Yeah, this is real life. Let's bring that back one more time.
What is it?
Yeah, it's like family members that you don't fuck with. Like, I appreciate, one thing is Drake is a million times better than Kendrick and a million times more important.
Drake is a million times better than Kendrick and a million times more important.
What the fuck?
Didn't you, less than a year ago, drop a track and a remix to Like That, and you said this?
You know we had to get the hooligans up here. We're gonna take this pussy nigga out. Yo, Dot, I got you.
My bad. I must have forgotten that. Or did you also say this?
Y'all so out of sight, out of mind. I can't even think of a Drake line.
Now look, kids, drugs are bad, but sometimes drugs are important, especially if you have mental health issues. And it's critical to make sure that you're on the right drugs. But let's see if this amazing point just gets developed further.
The thing is, Drake is a million times better than Kendrick and a million times more important. You know what I'm saying? What Future has done, Thug, what Drake just culturally is, that shit last year, I couldn't even barely sit through that shit. That shit was insane, bro. That shit had Lucian Grange, Universal, Drake lawsuit shit written all over it. This shit, the I align, at the end of the day, all this shit I'm saying, Jim Jones, Kendrick did, all these celebrities, the funny thing is we're all in the same boat. But while we're on that boat, we're also fighting amongst each other. And as I get stronger and stronger.
Well,
what the fuck, bro?
Hey, Pot, I'm Kettle today. It must be opposite day. We're fighting amongst each other. You're the one. What are you wearing? What are you
Bro, why hasn't academics said anything about this? Why hasn't academics clearly mentioned the clear thing, which is the issue, which is the fucking outfit that he's wearing, bro. Like, come on, bro. What the fuck is that about? Like, it's strange. Shit interviewer. He ain't good.
Representing right now. You're talking about we're fighting amongst each other and all this division, right? You're the one who's being divisive with what you're wearing. You're being ignorant because you're going in there knowing that you're going to upset your own people. You're going to piss off your own people by what you're wearing. Bruv? That is going to create division. And I guarantee you there'll be some people in the comment section. There will be some people, because I've seen it in the echo chambers of the internet, right? Oh, freedom of speech. Kanye can say what he wants. He can also wear what he wants. Yeah, but that doesn't make you free from consequence. That doesn't make you free from the repercussions of your actions and what you choose to do. If you choose to represent hip-hop, if you choose to represent, and this is coming from me, this is coming from my melanin deficient self yet again. I can't believe I have to say this. I have to go on a fucking rant about this. But if you're going to come in here and you're going to try to be a pioneer for hip-hop and represent hip-hop in such a way, you can't turn around and be so divisive of black culture. You can't turn around and do this.
Dumb.
I don't care what greater statement you're trying to make or what type of enlightened mission that you're on that the rest of us just common plebs don't seem to understand and don't get. But this is not the way to go about it. And what's wild to me is that academics just accepts this. Not once in this interview does he really try to pull up Kanye or address the giant elephant in the room with what he is wearing. What he is representing by the KKK,
Kanye, bro, what the fuck are you wearing?
Klan
like,
members.
You think you'd think you'd ask that, like, bro, what the fuck are you wearing? You know what, like what that means? It's like it's outrageous,
right?
Outrageous.
Rooted in racism against who? I mean, what is happening? But anyways, we got more snippets from this just wonderfully informative interview. Let's dive into this part.
Yeah.
Now, I could say all these people were the family that I never had, but North is my actual family. So give me one reason, please. Because before it's all jealousy, is this and that, and now it's this far. So yes, I was jealous that Kendrick is on Cardi album, and I feel like that's two different genres. It seemed like J. Cole and Kendrick would be more like, I like mixing genres and shit, but yeah, I'm jealous.
He's honestly just waffling, bruv. He needs to get on their meds. That's how it looks. Oh my God. It's like, brother Kanye.
Yeah, I'm hearing this shit for the first time. Yeah, I'm not on it. Yeah, this man rapping about Skims. It's like, that's what, man, what about all this shit where I said, I don't fuck with rappers. I don't fuck with celebrities. And then I do the Jay-Z tweet and people be surprised. Like, I told you niggas I don't fuck with niggas. You niggas just don't be believing me.
I mean, that's it. Like,
God,
it's jealousy. You turn around and you celebrate Kendrick on one hand, and now all of a sudden it's Kendrick.
Hating on it.
And I'm going to align with Drake. And for me, what's even more wild to me is the Drake side of things, because Drake and Kendrick come up a lot throughout these conversations. There's even a Super Bowl snippet we'll dive into as well. But like, from DJ Diddy Demics side of things, we all know who he rides with. Who
DJ Diddy Demics. Yo. That one's crazy. What's academics doing, bro?
Loves to share DMs with, and some of those DMs have been leaked. We don't cover every story on this channel because I enjoy breaking down music, and I would just be exhausted with the amount that there is to cover with stories between what's going on outside of all this. But like, think about it just from that perspective. Pan out. How does this make Drake look good? Why is this a good interview to take on board? You're just taking it on board for the clicks and for the controversy. But like, if you're gonna constantly bring up Drake as talking points, like, you have a point to prove. What is that point proving when you have Kanye West wearing this? Because yet again, it's like we continue to miss the biggest critique, the biggest issue that Kendrick took up with Drake, right? And why Not Like Us hit the way that it did. I mean, Daylight even talked about this the other day, right? Shout out to Curtis King, shout out to Daylight in that interview. What did Daylight say was Drake's biggest mistake? You're rapping like you're trying to get the slaves freed. And that singular line right there polarized polarize the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beat,
Yeah.
right? And then Kendrick turns around
he's spot on.
with his critique of Drake, that Drake is a cultural appropriator,
Yep.
right? That Drake doesn't
Yeah.
try to move the needle of the culture. He doesn't care about connecting the history of hip-hop, paying homage. He doesn't care about the issues of black identity and black struggle. He's just there to sell records and to do his numbers.
He's here to use
That
it.
whole cultural appropriation critique of Drake and how Drake is not for the culture. How does this man wearing this, speaking in this way, with all the other attacks, he's attacked Virgil, he attacked Jay-Z, he's gone after Cardi, he's gone after everyone imaginable. It's like he's just throwing shit at a wall to see what sticks.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
right?
That's
He's going
literally what it
after
is. He needs
everyone
he
and
needs
anyone.
it. He needs the controversy. He needs that to be relevant, I guess. I don't know what it is with Kanye, man. I think he should just focus on the music. Stop trying to be like a controversial, like, you're just going to become a piece of shit. Just focus on the music. Keep doing the music. And, you know, shut the fuck up, because this ain't it, bro. This gonna alienate people. People just gonna be like, nah, man. They're gonna be like, Kanye used to be good, bro.
Attention to garner more clicks for his music releases. But how does getting Kanye to back you, to be in your corner, where is this self-awareness that this does nothing to help that narrative? This does nothing to rebuttal that. Because listen, just as important in a rap battle is how you move afterwards and the things that you do, right? You have a chance after a rap battle. I know you're not on wax anymore, but you do have a chance with the things that you choose to do publicly.
That's right.
The
That's
things
right.
that you choose
Yeah.
to release after a rap battle
That's
to
right.
make a statement. That's also a chance to rebuttal things in the rap battle. That's
Yep.
also a chance to take back control of your own narrative.
To connect
And
with the
with
crowd.
Drake and Diddy Demix being so closely aligned,
Yeah.
I just don't see how they look at this interview and they walk away from this going, well, this
That's
is going
a
to be a
win.
win for us.
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
a feather in our cap. This is going to help us in our
It's
narrative
ridiculous.
and
It's
everything that we're
ridiculous.
trying to push back on. And probably one of
It's
the few
ridiculous. It tells you
self-aware
what
statements
where
from
they
Kanye
align.
throughout this interview was, I'm jealous of Kendrick. I think you could just cut it there. That says it all. But don't worry, there's more.
To be your guy though, and like so all these relationships, are they repairable? Like even the Pusha, the Jay, the like. There's a long list. Even Cardi. Like I feel like, I know you say you want to hurt them,
This
but you
guy.
might overstep the line where maybe at a point Jay's like, man, I'm cool. Like I think after that tweet, he definitely, you know, and I don't know if these are relationships that's salvageable.
Why would I want to salvage relationships
Introduce
with
it to a lot of people.
Why would I want to salvage relationships with broke-ass slaves and slave herders? Like everybody, so this is what I'm saying. The Jay-Z
God
thing leads me
damn.
to the NFL. Why do they want a Drake to be out of there? Why do they want somebody with no hits like Kendrick to do the Super Bowl, right?
No hits like
No
Kendrick.
hits. He's doing this just literally
you been
for the shock value. It's for the shock value. That's the thing I've noticed with Kanye as well. Like, I mean, it's cool to use shock value. I mean, I get it as well, but I think he's over the top with his shock value. The stuff he says and the stuff he does is like, it's not. I don't think it's what he's hoping it is. Like, it's something that people interested in and be like, oh, that's deadly. You know, no. People nowadays are going to be like, oh, he's ranting again. Oh, no, look, it's Kanye. He's fucking ranting again, isn't he? Who's he talking about this time? Why isn't he taking his meds? That's how sad it is. Because he's just been waffling for so long. Even if there is stuff in there that he's talking about that I agree with and all of that, that's cool. But the shock value of it and the way he's approaching it is terrible, man. It's a terrible approach.
You're a rock. You even felt the need to remix like that. What about Not Like Us? Yeah, that's not a hit. That didn't do any Grammys.
Like Kendrick
Nah.
to do the Super Bowl, right? This is a theory I had. The people that run the Super Bowl had to come to people who run the music industry and be like, you guys, you're letting your niggers get out of hand. Oh my God, that Kanye. Would somebody take a knee for it? Where's he out of there? See, that's the problem. You let him last too long. And Arlie
Bro,
there for 2
what
years.
the
3
fuck
years,
is he
they're outta
talking
there.
about? This is literally someone who's like a mad person. This is an unhinged rant from a mad person. That's why it is.
We deal with you know, we got Tom Brady. He's great. You know, we made Mahomes throw that fucking Super Bowl. You know, so Tom can get his 7th ring and shit. But
more conspiracies. Mahomes threw the Super Bowl.
like,
He didn't want to win it.
Guys at the music
Anyways,
industry, what you got to do, start getting smaller artists and put them on. We're going to set you up. We're going to take Rolling Loud. We're going to connect them with Live Nation. And then we're going to get a bunch of small artists. And then, you know, you'll be able to make your money off of that. And then, you know, if we take, Cardi's doing good, we'll make them take the blue pill. We'll have them rap about skims. And then mention Northwest. We love Northwest. Oh, Kanye, don't worry about him. He's a lunatic. Don't worry about him.
I think this is becoming like the most overused reference nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody wants to go super, I know what's going on. I truly see the world for what it is, and all these conspiracies that are happening. And just the Matrix, blue pill, red pill, what is reality, what isn't reality reference, it has become like a battle cry.
Yeah.
Almost in the same way of like taking woke and manipulating woke and flipping woke. But what gets me is
That's
the
facts. Yeah, I hate that they've took woke and manipulated that.
whole point of what he's trying to say here, right, is with the Super Bowl, 1, Kendrick Lamar has no hits. 2, Kendrick Lamar is a smaller artist. And this is a concerted effort by the powers that be and Lucian and UMG to manipulate and ruin Drake's career and end his career and get him out of here.
What the fuck
And
for?
that's
Why?
The Super Bowl happened.
He's a
That's
cash
why
cow
all
to
this
them.
has gone down, which
Why would they want to sabotage their own artists? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Kanye says some sick shit, and I'm like, bro, actually, yeah, he might be right, but like I said, man, that the way he approaches it, and like now, like, what's he wearing? It's like ridiculous, bro. It's a plea for attention.
I never thought in a million years, as an independent artist, as a proudly independent artist, that I would be on the side of UMG in a situation. But
It's crazy,
that's
right?
how bad it's gotten.
Yeah.
With the lawsuit and with all of that. But
That's
for
mad.
me, I don't understand this argument and this narrative specifically that I see. That it was time to get rid of Drake. What? Drake, for over a decade, has
He's a
been
dumb
on
shit.
an incredible run in terms of numbers, right? If you want to lean into that these corporations are evil, that these corporations use their artists, are only geared towards profit, sure, I can get behind that. I can get behind.
Yeah, because then it would just make sense. He should say something like, wouldn't it make sense that they would milk the artist to the bitter end? Yeah.
Behind statements like that. But think about that. You're going against your own logic there, right? Because if it is about the numbers, if it is about the profits, then keep the same formula. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's the problem with
Just
the
milk
music
it.
industry over the years that a lot of artists have critiqued. They don't change. They don't adapt. They keep going with the same formula. Why? Because they know it's successful. They know it makes them money. That's why you get a lot of the same recycled
I'm
chord
yawning
structures,
now.
the same recycled content. It's rinse and repeat. So why would they invest so much money and go so out of their way to get rid of Drake when it would be so much easier? And the wider road, the easier road, is to continue to profit with him. If their sole logic and foundation is to operate for the sake of profits, that does not make any sense.
Yeah, it's
Make
spot
it
on.
make sense. Even the argument that Drake's legal team has been taken, that UMG wanted to ruin Drake's reputation so that they could renegotiate a better deal with Drake. Like what? How does that make any sense? Surely,
it doesn't make sense.
If they want Drake and they want to profit off of Drake, they don't want his reputation to be ruined. They don't want him to be knocked off of his pedestal so that they can't continue to make the same crazy money that they were making off of him.
Right.
That's just self-sabotage. That goes against the nature of corporate greed. And these are only a couple snippets from this interview. I mean, it is wild. Kanye goes on and on. Like, it must be exhausting living in his own head at this moment in time. And for me, I think I'm at a new phase with Kanye because it's hurt me. Because I've been such a huge Kanye fan over the years. Like, he was important during formative years for me and influencing me in my own music. And I always looked up to Kanye. And I love that,
Yeah.
especially when he first broke through.
It's
right?
almost
That
like a
he could
sad
give you just
decline, isn't
a
it? It's like almost like a sad decline to see it, and then it's like a plea for attention. It's like they are becoming irrelevant. The formula is not working no more, and then the plea for attention. It's like quite pitiful to see. It's like, bro, man, what in the hell is going on? Hey, yo, I appreciate the follow. I don't know how to say your name. Smams? Smays? Smames? Smames. I appreciate the follow. How we doing today? From what part of the world are you? What's calculating? What you got?
different type of lyricism. You know, and then Lupe Fiasco came through at the same time, and he was hyping him up, and you had the Chicago connection. It's just amazing to see, like, you know, rappers coming through at that time of mainstream.
Yeah,
They didn't have
facts.
to sit there and glorify the violence. They didn't have to glorify the gangsterism, right? They could give
It's
you
a group of
alternative
talent.
topics to talk about. And it was
Yeah.
cool, and it was dope, and they made hits, and it was popping. And I love what Kanye has done over the years, and nobody can take away his musical abilities. And I'm never
No
go-
doubt that it can't be taken away. The legacy can't be wiped away. But ultimately, people after will go, yeah, it was good, but towards the end, it was bad.
going to do that.
Listen
I'm
to
never
his
going
early
to take
stuff.
away from the genius of Kanye. And I put an interesting question out on Twitter, like, can you separate the art from the artist? But Kanye is really getting us to a point. And
Wow, I'm
forcing
yawning hard
us
now,
to
be
re-examine this philosophical debate, because I think it's getting increasingly blurry
Tobu
and increasingly
bliss.
difficult to truly
go.
separate the art from
Alright,
the
I'll check it
artist
out.
in this case.
Send me a
And I
link.
just can't help but wonder if
Join the
there's
Discord.
insecurity
Send the
shining through
link.
from Kanye. If Kanye just feels like he isn't as confident in his own music, he may talk like he's confident. He may be pushing it out there like he's still the greatest, and he still has it.
Yeah.
But if it was, and if you had that traction, if you had those waves and that movement, you wouldn't need to be doing all these side quests. You wouldn't have to say all these just wild, controversial things to
Yeah.
get attention just so that you can get more music.
It's sad.
Because this all really feels like Kanye is just like, he's done. He doesn't care what buttons he pushes, what boundaries, what lines
It's
that he
sad.
crosses. Like, he tested it. He's been testing it for years. He's found out that he can fully get away with it, so just fully lean into it. Just say
Yeah.
all kinds of wild shit, because that's going to get him attention for his album rollout. And that's what he's trying to do, essentially. Right?
Yeah.
He's just trying to get his music
It's
more
for
attention.
Bully.
But for
And
me,
I heard the album.
that
I think the
shows
album's
the current
okay.
insecurity.
But I like the production. It reminds me of early Kanye. But it's not like shocking. I think it's okay. Join the Discord. Send the link on the Discord. Then I'll watch it. I'll pin the... and while you're there, you might as well just subscribe to the YouTube. While you're there, go to the pin comment in chat. Subscribe to the YouTube. It's free. Great shit. And then join the Discord and put the link in there of the video that you want.
Of Kanye West. And unfortunately, for a channel like mine, it's having the opposite effect. Because I would have loved to have done an album review of Bully. That's
Yeah.
not happening, right? I've reacted to Kanye West songs before. Like new Kanye with the buzz that we have on this channel, it'd be awesome to check out.
Yeah.
Break down. But that's just not the path that we're on. And from my
That's right,
perspective,
that's
look,
right.
if I did more Kanye videos,
It's
you
integrity.
make money doing that, right?
Yeah.
This isn't a choice out of, oh,
It's an integrity
I'm
thing.
not
yeah.
doing Kanye because I'm afraid of backlash.
Sorry, I don't
or
use
I'm afraid of
YouTube.
something.
Ah,
I'll
that's a
happily
shame, bro.
talk about
That's a
Kanye,
shame.
Just like I'm doing
I'll check
right
it out
here.
another
But
day.
I felt like this video was important to serve as a cautionary tale, because I feel like we're getting away from artists accepting responsibility for their actions. I feel like we're getting into an era of social media, of
Yeah.
mass disinformation, of mass polarity, where if you're a charismatic presence, you
Mm-hmm.
can just say some of the worst things in the world, but you just act like you're always right. You speak from
Mm.
a position of strength and power, and you will find echo chambers. You will find
Yeah.
people who flock to that.
That's
But
right.
I just feel like that's setting a terrible precedent. That's setting a terrible example
right.
as role
No,
models.
he's
We have a
100% spot on
responsibility
with that.
As influencers,
100%
we have a
spot on.
responsibility as artists, as creators, to those who look up to us, to how
Yeah.
we inspire the next generation, and try to just do our parts to leave the world a better place than how we found it. And for me, these types of actions, this type
Yeah.
of speech creates more division than it does to unite us. And I've always said it's a simple methodology. No matter your religion, no matter your race, no matter your background, no matter what type of music you listen to,
It doesn't matter. None of
one
that
simple
matters.
rule to live by
It
in this
doesn't
world,
matter.
and I think we would all be in such a better position. Treat people the way that you yourself want to be treated. Treat people
standard.
with respect.
Yeah.
Don't have to say all types of wild shit
It's all
just to
standard,
get attention.
yeah.
I know everything's geared around engagement, geared around rage baiting, and getting things for click, but that's not
Yeah, it
the
is.
only
Yeah.
path on a platform like this. That's not
Yeah.
the only path as an artist. And hopefully there's one person out there watching this aspiring to either come up as a YouTuber, come up as an artist, and maybe they take a little bit of
Yeah.
this message on board. But anyways, thank
It's
you
great.
for letting me go on my rant today. Let me know what you guys think down below about this whole situation. Also,
There's another great video. Like the thing with Kanye, that's what I think. I think he's like he's doing too much with the shock value thing. He's trying too hard with the shock value thing, and it's not working in his favor, and it's not doing him any favors. I don't think so. I don't think it's doing what he imagines that it's doing. It's not. It's a bad look, and you got to stop that. You got to stop doing a terrible bad look like that. Just give me a second. I need to go to the toilet. I'll be back.